The city lights blurred into long, trembling streaks as the rain hammered down, turning the streets into rivers of cold reflection. Harper Lane stood frozen beneath a flickering street lamp, her clothes drenched, her heartbeat unsteady, and her world collapsing faster than she could breathe. Moments ago, she had watched her life fall apart with a single message. Her job was gone, her income vanished, and with it the last thread of stability she had clung to. The storm above felt gentler than the storm inside her. Every dream she carried seemed to wash away with the rain as strangers rushed past her without a glance, without care, without seeing the girl whose world had just shattered. She didn't know it yet, but someone was watching her from a distance, someone whose decision to step forward would change her fate forever. If you believe kindness still exists, and that second chances matter, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps keep these stories alive. Harper had always been a fighter. She wasn't born into comfort or privilege. She built every step of her life with hard work and determination. She moved to the city with hopes of carving out a small but beautiful future, an apartment she could call home, a steady job, maybe even the chance to breathe without worry. But life had different plans. Her mother's unexpected medical bills consumed her savings. Her landlord increased rent. Her hours at work were reduced. And today, the final blow struck. Termination due to company restructuring. She wandered through the rain, her shoes soaked, her bag heavy with documents that no longer meant anything. Her phone battery flashed at 2%. Her chest tightened with fear. How would she survive another month? How would she pay rent? How would she even get home tonight? The bus stop was overflowing with people trying to escape the weather. No one even glanced at her. She felt small, invisible, like a forgotten note swept away by the wind. She tried standing under a store awning, but even there she felt out of place, like she didn't belong anywhere. A deep chill seeped into her bones. With trembling hands, she crouched near the edge of a closed shop, hugging her knees close, trying to make herself smaller. The rain slapped against the pavement, splashing her legs, but she was too numb to move. For the first time in months, Harper felt like she couldn't keep going. She wanted to close her eyes and stop everything, stop thinking, stop hurting, stop hoping. But fate had different plans. A pair of footsteps slowed near her. Most people rushed past, the storm urging them forward, but this person stopped, hesitated, observed. Harper didn't look up at first. She expected someone to ask her to move or accuse her of loitering. But instead, an umbrella tilted over her head, blocking the harsh rain. Harper blinked slowly and lifted her gaze. A man stood in front of her, soaked from shoulder to sleeve, holding the umbrella awkwardly to shelter her more than himself. His eyes were warm yet quiet, steady yet gentle. He wasn't staring with curiosity or pity, just concern. Grayson Tate. A name she didn't know yet, but one that would forever be written in her life. He didn't force a conversation. He didn't judge. He simply extended a small paper bag from the convenience store nearby. Steam escaped from it, meaning he had bought something warm. Harper's voice cracked. She shook her head weakly, unsure if she deserved help, but Grayson gently nodded, urging her to accept. Her frozen fingers curled around the bag, and that simple warmth broke something inside her, a barrier built from fear and exhaustion. Without asking intrusive questions, Grayson removed his jacket and wrapped it around her shoulders. The gesture was so human, so unexpectedly tender, that tears she had been holding back slipped down her cheeks. "You're freezing," he said, his voice calm and grounded. "Let's get you somewhere safe." Harper didn't have the strength to argue. She stood slowly, her legs weak, and Grayson guided her toward the road. He hailed a taxi, opened the door for her, and sat beside her, keeping distance, giving her space, treating her with respect she hadn't felt in months. He asked the driver to take them to a nearby cafe, one open late, warm, bright, and safe. Once they arrived, he paid the fare before she could even protest. Inside, the cafe buzzed with soft chatter and the scent of coffee. Grayson requested a warm blanket the cafe kept for emergencies and handed it to her. He ordered her tea and a simple meal, not extravagant, just comforting. Harper wrapped the blanket around her shoulders and stared at the steaming cup in front of her, unable to form words. Her world had been collapsing, and now this stranger was holding pieces of it together. After a long silence, he said gently, "You don't have to explain anything. Just breathe, eat, warm up." His voice wasn't demanding. It was steady, like the first calm moment after a long storm. Slowly, Harper began to talk, at first in fragments, then in steady confessions, her struggles, her mother's illness, her job loss, her loneliness. She expected him to look away, but he listened with full presence, like her words mattered. When she finished, Grayson nodded with understanding, not sympathy. Then he shared that he had once stood exactly where she was lost, broken, overwhelmed, until a stranger helped him too. That night, he said, saved me. Someone gave me hope when I couldn't find any. And I promised myself that one day, if I saw someone drowning the way I once was, I would not walk away. Harper felt something she hadn't felt in months. Light. Over the next days, Grayson checked in on her, not as a savior, not as someone who wanted anything in return, but as someone who genuinely cared. He helped her rewrite her resume, guided her job search, and encouraged her every step of the way. He reminded her of her strength, her skills, her worth. Within a week, Harper secured an interview. Grayson celebrated, her excitement like it was his own accomplishment. She went to the interview with shaky hands but a steady heart, and she got the job. Her life slowly rebuilt itself, not perfectly, but beautifully. Stability returned, confidence bloomed, and every time she doubted herself, she remembered the stranger who held an umbrella over her when her world was falling apart. She asked Grayson once why he chose to stop for her. He smiled softly and said, "Because sometimes all someone needs is one person to care, and that one moment can change everything." His words etched into her heart permanently. Months later, Harper found herself helping another woman crying on a bench during a rainy evening. She placed her own jacket around the woman's shoulders, remembering the warmth of Grayson's that night. Kindness, she realized, was a chain that never stopped passed from one heart to another, reshaping lives quietly. If this story moved you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps us continue sharing more life-changing real stories. Before the video ends, please comment, kindness always returns. Because sometimes, one stranger, one umbrella, one warm gesture is enough to pull someone out of their darkest storm and restore faith in all of humanity.